Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Bashim, Rakakadash, double honor to teachers, zealots, and apostles of great millstone, also to you, brothers, that are putting on this fruit, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and the brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. And today we're going to go into this video clip here of Ice-T interview that he had, and this is about his album he did back in the day called Body Count, and on this album it had a song called Cop Killer. And back in the day, I know some of you probably weren't even born then, but you know, this was a huge deal, because here you have this so-called black man singing about, you know, taking vengeance on cops that are killing Jakes, you know, for no reason and getting away with it in the court system. Okay, and they, you know, they interview him, the record labels him, they banned him, you know, the National Rifle Association, you had these celebrities and all the record labels, you know, they didn't want nothing to do with him with his following album, because they just thought that this was just going to be set a bad precedence.
Savage, hateful message, isn't it? It's now not relating just to the cop, it's his family as well.
Yes, it's saying that, I know your family's grieving, but what about the families of the youth that have been killed out there? This record is so far-fetched from Australia or New Zealand. It's like you guys are very fortunate. You don't undergo the police brutality the same way we do in America. But where American people are really up in arms about this song, which doesn't kill, it's just a song, but the cops are in America actually kill kids. And the parents cry and scream, and these cops don't go to jail. They're just laid off. You know, there's no cops on death row. And this particular character in this song has said, hey, I know your family's grieving, but so what? You know, this is a point where I determine it's time to get even.
And we're going to look at this and how, from that controversy, how that changed the hip-hop game, the so-called rap game, okay, into what you see is going on right now. And so, you know, no further ado, let's start off with our first precept here, and this is the book of Deuteronomy 19, starting verse 18, and it reads, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, it is a witness to be a false witness, and had testified falsely against his brother. Then shall ye do unto him as he had taught to have done unto his brother, so shalt thou put away the evil from among you. And those which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. And thine eye shall not pity, but life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. Now, this is the spirit and the continence of the Hebrew Israelites men. This is okay, us Jakes, okay, us so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. This is our true continence here, okay. I read verse 21 again. It says, and thine eyes shall not pity, but life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, and foot for foot. So if we were not put into the hands of Esau by YAHAWASHI as a judgment and punishment, there's no way in hell this doggone cave monkey could actually have gotten his hand on Jake, because our continence was what? To take you down and keep you down, and if you bother with us, we will take you down, okay? And this is what Ice-T, okay, was talking about in his song Cop Killer, okay? Now they took it out of content, and you can see the fear on these journalists' face, the fear that came on America, because they know what they have done. They're guilty of doing a lot of bad things to doggone Jake, okay? Now,
and he doesn't say he wants to get up. He just says he wants to get even. This is a very angry song. It's a song about rage.
Okay, but I understand that you said this in one of your US interviews. I've got no trouble with killing brutal cops. True?
They have no trouble with killing what they consider brutal kids. See, my attitude is that just because you have a badge doesn't give you the right to murder me. Once a cop pulls me out of the car and handles me under the law, that's cool. But once he starts beating on me and taking advantage of me, no longer is he in the lines of law. He is now becoming some inhuman person, and he's determined, now it's just two men out in the street, and one of us got to die, and it's not going to be me.
Now they had to make a change for this, okay? They had to make a change for this. Let's go into the book of, you know, Zechariah. Let's go into the book of Zechariah 11:4, because here's what really happens here and take place in America. Okay, this is what it says. Thus said the Lord YAHAWASHI, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. This is what Esau has done. This isn't something started just recently in 2022. No, this has been going on since we came out of slavery, okay, which they were doing it a lot then, but since we came out of slavery, okay, on paper we are still prisoners of war and still slaves, okay. they've continued to do what? Kill Jakes at will. And they're doing it right to this day. And it says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord YAHAWASHI, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Now, they basically, Esau understand that we were given to him for a judgment, okay, for a punishment, and they've gone way beyond what they were supposed to do. Now, they had to change this. Now, all of a sudden here in early 1990, you're hearing a Jake coming out, okay, Ice-T, and with a song that is saying, okay, we're not going to be slaughtered by these crooked, wicked, racist cops. We're going to, avenge the blood of our brothers who's getting put down. Okay, and I'll play parts of this where you will hear him talk about the attitude, because this was the attitude of this is our continents. Okay, so they had to change this. Okay, in 1993 they had to go and change. They started something called gangster rap. Okay, now instead of prior Ice-T was talking about the eyes to be set on the enemy, who was a so-called white man. But in 1993 when they started this gangster rap program, guess what? They bought the Amalekite who came inside, and he got them to do what? Songs that glamorize, okay, violence against each other, okay, black on black violence, okay, Latinos on Latinos violence, okay, and that's what they brought out. And so this went on for a couple of years, and of course that continued to morph on. All right, let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra, because there's great fear, okay, that the so-called white man has, okay. The fear of this uprising, okay, they should have that fear, because there is going to be an uprising, but the uprising is not going to come in the way that they think. Okay, the Lord has us coming and judging Esau in a very, very different manner.
It's either you or me. That's what the record says. It's better you than me. If it was me down there and I was Rodney King, I would have tried to kill those police, because they were trying to kill that man.
Okay, let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra 15. Verse 16, because their fear will come at a different angle. They don't see how 18 nations will be in a royal rumble on the soil of America, and that's what's going to take place here. A royal rumble is going to take place here in America, okay? Because you have the 18 nations here in Great Babylon, America, that are going to clash, okay? So this is 2nd Ezra 15, verse 16. It says, for there should be seditions amongst men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and man should be afraid. A man shall have no pity in his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. Hey, it doesn't matter if you're a doggone cop, it doesn't matter if you're in the military, you're the neighbor, you're going to get spoiled. Okay, men are going to go against men. That's 18 nations are going to rumble against each other. Okay, so that fear, okay, that they have of us, okay, they're not thinking and considering the fact that this is going to be a great fear that's going to come on all 18 nations here.
Okay, you present it as a black view, and yet, for instance, the new black chief of the LA police asked for this song to be banned. What does that tell you?
He's not black. He's just, he might have black skin, but he's not at the bottom of the system. When I say black and white, it has nothing to do with skin color. It has to do whether the system works for you or the system works against you. I don't have any love for that particular police chief. He's what we consider in America a Tom.
Okay, so the so-called white man, you're gonna get pause from these others, these other 16 nations that are here, okay, that you've given loans to and made their life very beautiful here, while Jake live at the bottom. Okay, so let's go into the book of Isaiah 3 and 9, because okay, as they morph, okay, the gangster rap thing here to how Jake them sing about killing each other and slaughtering each other, they also set on a goal to pacify and pussify Jake. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah 3 and start verse 8, and it says, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord YAHAWASHI, to provoke the eyes of his glory. The show of their countenance doth witness against them. They declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, and they're doing this for who? The so-called white man. Okay, so this is now what the white man has Jakes now. So these are the gangsters here. Okay, now instead of having their eyes on the enemy, the so-called white man, no, they have their eyes on the brothers. Okay, and on top of that, Esau managed to sodomize and turn the men, okay, of Jerusalem, the men of the tribe of Israel, into sissies. Okay, in particular Judah. Okay, the niggas. okay, are now sissies, okay? And this is what you see going on right now, because Esau has to make sure he had to pacify and put out a sissy, violent nigger, okay, that will only hurt people that look like him. And that's what he's managed to do. But what Esau them haven't considered is this. Little do they know or care that there are lowercase gods, okay, men of YAHAWASHI, Yahawashi Mashiach, that are now preaching this gospel, okay, as fishers who will become hunters next, okay, that have been raised up and unraveling, okay, and this shame of this queendom, okay, and also our shame, okay. We've been wicked towards, YAHAWASHI, Yahawashi, okay. We are coming out there, okay, as fishermen, okay, to gather the hopefully elect, okay, through this word and this truth, okay. At the same time, we are letting Great Babylon know, and the rest of these nations, okay, on the earth know that there's judgment that's going to be coming to you, okay, starting with Great Babylon, America. This place, which has dealt violently against the tribe of Israel, is going to be destroyed through exceptional violence. Okay, this is the book of Revelations 18 and 20 when it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So it says with great violence. Okay, that is a judgment that's coming from YAHAWASHI, Yahawashi. Now, after Great Babylon has been thrown down and the remnants of these Edomites are scattered across the earth in these holes, okay, and we go and dig them out, okay, with our super bodies that we have, okay, that only Esau can imagine in his movies, X-Men and Superman or whatever the case is like that, okay. Here's what we are told by YAHAWASHI Mashiach. This is the book of Revelations 18 and 6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled to her double. So we are going to be double violent to this man. We are going to be extremely violent. In fact, the kingdom is going to be filled with just violence and absolute violence towards these Edomites, the so-called white man. Okay, so Ice-T threat in a song, okay, was nothing in comparison to what we're going to do, because what? We are going to go back to that continents, okay, as I read, okay, in Deuteronomy 19, okay, where our continents was what? What was our continents? Our continent was, and thine eye shall have no pity, but life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. And those days are coming to you, doggone Edomites, okay, in which we are going to deal with you this recompense. All right, so you can sissify the 2/3 all you want. You can do whatever you want to pay them and sissify them and put them in skirts and dress. It doesn't matter. There's a remnant that's been saved by YAHAWASHI Mashiach. The servants of YAHAWASHI Mashiach is going to be given the power to come and execute righteous recompense, and we are going to give you double of the extreme violence that your mind cannot even begin to imagine. And that's what's coming for you, doggone little faggot, sodomite, Edomite, Esau, the so-called white man. So I'd like to close out by giving all praise, glory, and honor to YAHAWASHI, Yahawashi, Bashim, Rakakadash, double honor to the teachers, zealous, and the boss of great millstone. Also to you brothers out there that put on the truth faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep, and you brothers and sisters doing in Shalom.